Greetings and salutations from behind the Wasatch Curtain, folks. Looks like we have a crash. We're in Linden. We are just north of 200 South. And I believe that this I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the cross street here is. Let me walk down here to the corner. We'll check this cross street. We'll cross the street. We'll get some look at the damage to that Chevy there. So we are on 300 East. Mexican long hair, good to see you, my friend. South Alabama, good to see you. I'm glad you guys could all join us today. Once again, we're coming to you live from behind the Wasatch Curtain. We're in Pleasant Grove, just north of 200 South, 300 East. You know, it's really not a hot day, guys. I'm going to say the temperature is right around 70, 71 degrees. It's very pleasant. Um, I mean, it's warm. I'm in the sun. I'm wearing some dark clothes, so it definitely, I can feel it. I don't know that I could spend a lot of time in this heat. I'm used to it being a little bit colder. Um, Look up there, them hills up there, them mountains. You can see that snow up there. I live just below that snow line, south of here a little bit. So I'm a little more used to the cooler air. So it is kind of warm down here. Just a little teeny bit. You know, Utah's pretty proud of their weather modification programs. For all them people who don't believe in chemtrails or anything, all you got to do is go to the Utah State Government webpage and type in weather modification program. Utah has led the industry in weather modification since I believe it was like 1954 or something like that. Um, but of course, you know, that's just all conspiracy theory. They wouldn't put that on their own web pages and brag about it. So, yeah, a little bit of snow up here. It snowed not very long ago. Aho, Matakia-san. It's good to see you. You have rights. 93 in South Alabama. Nice. Huh. 75 there, huh? Yeah, I'm telling you, it's about 70 here, but you know, like I said, whereas whereas I'm used to the cooler temperature up there under that snow line, it's feels like it's a lot warmer right now. I mean, I could definitely go without a t-shirt or anything like that all day long and not be upset about it for sure. Um, just hot enough that with a dark gray shirt on it causing a little bit of perspiration. Which, you know, that's kind of nice. Utah has such bipolar weather, you know, give it another half hour and it might be snowing again. I don't know if any of y'all like old cars, but there's a couple old cars in this driveway over here. That makes sense, the heat index. Out here in Utah, we have something we call the wind chill fucker. You know, that's when somebody comes in and he says it's cold outside, and you say, yeah, that's the wind chill fucker. Sorry about the language, guys. Sure do appreciate y'all joining us today. car over there, creeping up by that cop as he was taking pictures. Emma Star, hey, hey, good to see ya. Blue Steel, good to see you as well. You know, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm almost thinking you might be right on that backed out. This here, for those of you who did not see it, this here's the vehicle that did hit them. Looks like it tore their rear end off pretty good. Over there. I'm gonna work my way past these folks. We'll document the back end here. We'll document what officers are here. And then we'll go from there.
He's just a guy that walks around and does stealing stuff. He follows the cops. He's okay. He's harmless.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your service today.
Have a good day now.
You too. I don't know if you guys heard what that officer just said, but he says, I'm just a guy that follows police around, kind of films them a little bit, and that I'm harmless. So, we appreciate that. These guys say they are partners in a safe community, even though they're sporting thin blue line gang symbols all over their vehicles. This one here is 531060. This one down here is 220811. Yes, innocent, I am good. Thank you for checking in on me. I appreciate that. I'm in Pleasant Grove, Linden area, 3rd East, 2nd South. There's a crash here. Right, I'm with you on that. You have rights. To me, that is a gang symbol. There's, I have a hard time not seeing it as such. And I understand where you guys are saying about modifying the flag, but I got to tell you something about the flag. There are many flags in the country. Some of you guys might have even just seen recently a thing went viral across Facebook about a garbage man who seen a flag that had been thrown away into the garbage and what have you, and he took the time to get out of his dump truck and fold that flag, and to honor that flag and put it away the way it should be done. I know that man. I know that man really well. I've known that man quite literally my entire life. And I'll tell you, there is a difference between that United States flag and them flags that them cops fly that have that blue stripe on them. First off, them flags they fly that have the blue stripe on them are not American flags. There are no red and white stripes on there. There is not a field of blue, so that is not an American flag. And, even if they want to pass it off as such, I don't recognize it as such. I grew up in a military family. Our red, white, and blue has some meaning to it, I wear a flag similar to that one with the blue stripe on it. Mine's black and white, and it has a red stripe on it, and it's honor of them brothers that served their life, given their life, you know, them other firefighters that I know and love, you know. You know, some of them are idiots, you know, just like in any group. But for the overall part, you know, them firefighters, they're out there for one reason only, you know, and that's to put their life, you know, before others' lives, you know, to protect life and property. That's what the motto is for a firefighter, to protect life and property. Life first, that includes their own, you know. So, anyway, sorry, don't mean to rant about that. Here, you have rights. I agree totally. Officer, is that Sorensen?
What was that?
Sanderson.
Yeah,
Officer Sanderson.
Yep.
Just wanted to know which officer it was that I heard speaking as I went by.
Oh, yeah, right.
Hey, I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Be safe out there, all right? Officer Sanderson there. You know. I appreciate you, Blue Steel. Nah, you know, there is a difference between them flags, in my opinion. You know, it's just like any country flag. You know, um, I have some Scottish heritage and I have some Cherokee heritage in my ancestrage. You know what I mean? And so, you know, you might see them flags. You know, the Cherokee flag and the Scottish flag on my property. You know what I mean? But you're not going to see them above that American flag. You know, because I do believe in this country and what it was founded on. And I don't necessarily believe the bullshit that our current ruling body has put in place and those that have come just before them, you know. I do know a little bit about the Federalist Papers, you know. I know a little bit about the laws that made up and made our country what it is today, you know. And I am all about the Republic, you know. Long live the Republic. I would not doubt it on that with the paycheck meets or melts steel bullshit on jet fuel. I didn't hear that myself. At that particular time, I was actually incarcerated um, when that happened, so I can't comment on that, but I can tell you it's bullshit. And jet fuel doesn't burn nearly hot enough to melt steel. Ooh, Lion one. I appreciate you, innocent. You know, our country was founded on some really great principles, you know, and them principles still hold true today. If people actually read the Constitution, if they read what our laws say, you know, and then if you read what inspired those laws, read what the you know, in legalese we refer to it as what is the nature and intent of that law. Well, if you want to know what the nature and the intent of the United States constitutions and the state constitutions, if you want to know what the nature and the intent of those are, you need to go back and read the papers that was written before them. The Federalist Papers are the biggest example for our U.S. constitutions, you know. Hey, Cop Block Hot Springs, I didn't see you come in. I'm sure there's a few of you might have popped in while I wasn't looking, Lion. I appreciate all you guys coming in and saying hi and joining us. Um, these officers have been phenomenal officers. Officer Sandstrom here, he basically made comment, let these fine folks know that we weren't of no harm, we weren't here to have anything to do with them, and I just want to say that Innocent has got these guys well educated. Got anything in there you shouldn't have?
No.
Mind if I search? All right, fair enough. Oh, fair enough.
Cleared up all the plastic, but I think she's gone.
Hey, you wasn't out shooting at the gun range yesterday, was you?
At the gun range?
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Trying to figure out which officers it was down there.
Which gun range?
Down here at the Utah County gun range, the police gun range.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't me.
Fair enough.
Did something happen?
No, they just need to learn gun control. Good God. Them guys were down there acting like teenagers, seeing how fast they could pull the trigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just, I heard thousands of rounds wasted.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, I understand what the difference between shooting at a target is and seeing how fast you can pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And there was 2 or 3 of them that was down there trying to race through clips.
Huh.
So, to me, that's just a waste of my money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to figure out who might have been there, you know.
Yeah. I wish I could tell you. I would if I knew, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
Nah, I wouldn't start nothing, guys. I don't know how the wind's affecting you guys, if you could hear any of that or not. Appreciate you, Innocent. I am geared up. I did have time to put on the body cam and everything, so. These poor folks. I really feel bad. They had to go through this. These officers have done really well so far. His name. Ammo is really expensive. Yeah, I mean, it really is. And, you know, I am not joking about, you know, the amount of ammunition that I heard fired yesterday. It's just insane. And, you know, you could tell that there was 2 or 3 officers that was there with their service weapons, you know, and they were there practicing their firing methods, you know. You could tell by the way they were shooting, you know, you could tell by the number of fires of rounds per gun, you know, different calibers, different sounds of weapons. But then you could hear them 2 guys with their ARs. For those of you who don't know what an AR is, I don't think I need to explain, but it is not an assault rifle. But you could hear them, you know, and it really did sound like they were trying to race on their on how quickly they could empty them magazines. So we're going to do one more pass by for the damage. I hope you guys have a much better day. And his is D. Kirkham. D. Kirkham is this officer. So. Won't be no tow trucks coming. Y'all gotta forgive me as I limp away. I'm out here hobbling around with a broken foot. I broke it yesterday. Yeah, it hurts like a bitch. Sorry about the language. So, you know, I have an American Pit Bull Terrier as a service animal, and I oftentimes will do American Disabilities Act audits with that pit bull. Um,
I don't want to be any pictures, my
shouldn't speak to a cameraman then. Well, you just made yourself star number one. Thank you. Thank you. Thumbnail. Gotta love that. These people here. Let me just go ahead and set up my tripod here for a second so that I can give you a clearer picture. Oh, I might have to do this. Let me do this. So this lady here likes to talk shit to cameraman. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I don't know. We'll see if we can do it this way. Pull this zoom out. These folks here. They don't like our First Amendment. She didn't want to be on camera. Decided to flip me off. Yeah, you did, innocent. Like, and she was just being stupid. I don't want to be on camera. I told her, I said, well, you shouldn't talk to a cameraman then, you know, and I didn't even turn the camera at her. And then she had to go ahead and say something else, you know. And since she had to say something else, I went ahead and made sure she became star today. You know, I mean, it doesn't take much, you know. I had no intentions of putting that lady on camera. And she knew it. She went out of her way to say something so that she could be the star. And that's what she got. She got an opportunity to be the star. Well, you got to give them an opportunity when they beg for it like that. I mean, I had no intentions. Most of these folks, if they've been involved, you know, some of them have been in and off camera. You know, I've not focused on them. I've been focusing on these officers. You know, I've shown a little bit of the damage, you know. People cross that. I'm not, you know, I do what I can to keep people out of frame, but I am not going out of my way to do it. Now, he just sped off down that road. Like he spun tires taking off down that road. He's not got no lights on, but he did spin tires to leave, so I wonder if he got called to another call or what. You know, it really does. But you know who I think it hurts feelings the most on? Is the police around here. You know how many people I personally know who have gotten what's called an exhibition of speed ticket from a Utah police officer because they spun their tires a little bit. Um, I don't give two shits if somebody spins their tires. I was just shocked with which the speed for which he took away off from the stop sign there. I expected him to turn his lights on like he was going to another. Yeah, maybe innocent. I don't know. It was just weird the way he took off. It was like he had been called to something else. Yet this officer is not acting like there's anything emergent, you know? Um, or they're talking about bacon and grits. I sure appreciate all you folks joining me. I'm going to see if I can wander off a little bit. I don't know if this officer will follow me and try to find out who I am or not. You got people driving by, nodding their heads and what have you. See what this officer does now. Alrighty. Well, folks, I absolutely appreciate you all joining me today. My pretty face coming at you live from behind the Wasatch Curtain. Until next time, I'm out.